Good morning. It's the Call Flo Radio Show, and you're on the air.
It is indeed time for the Call Flo Radio Show. Your time right now, 8:06, July 1st. Brand new day of the new month. Very exciting. And today, joining us, we have Kerry Mossler with Centra and also the Farmville Lions Club as well. And she's here to talk about a very exciting thing coming to Farmville. And Kerry, would you like to kind of talk about the free library?
Yes,
the little,
I will.
the
Thank
little,
you for having
of
me this
course.
morning. Good
Thank you for coming in.
Yes, so the Lions Club of Farmville is putting up a free little library at the Lions Club Park. And it's going up probably sometime this week, but the grand opening will be Saturday, July 19th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we have Coach Scott coming with his ice cream truck, but the ice cream will be free.
Nice.
The Lions Club is going to sponsor that, and we've got activities for the kids, and we have bookmarks and course books and bracelets and temporary tattoos and stickers and all kinds of fun things for the kids to do that morning. And we're having ice cream for breakfast.
That is exciting. Yeah, that's a great way to start the day. You know,
Exactly.
I've definitely done that a few times. But let me ask you. So, what kind of sparked the idea of creating a free library? I mean, there's a couple of them around Farmville.
Right, there are. I started really liking these little free libraries as you travel and you see them, and it's just a great concept. You share a book, you take a book, and once you start seeing them, you can't stop seeing them. And I've just really sort of become a little obsessed with them, and so I thought a great place to have one would be at the Lions Club Park, where you have both, usually parents, adults and children, and that would be a great location. And kids could, that park is used pretty much year round, so.
Yeah.
Kids and adults could have 24/7 access to books. So
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what the idea is.
That is awesome. Let me ask you. How many books can fit in this library, roughly?
As many as I can stuff in there. I really don't know. Adam, Yolan, and Kim, other Lions, they are putting it together.
Oh, wow.
So it's being constructed right now. So I don't know how big it is. We might even have to have an addition on there.
Okay.
But anyway, so. Yeah, we're hoping to have like a shelf of adult books and then like a shelf for kid books.
Very
So,
nice.
yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, no, this is going to be a great activity, and it sounds like a great little grand opening, a lot of
Yeah.
the great stuff,
Yeah.
temporary tattoos, ice cream,
Yeah.
like this is
Can't go wrong.
very
on a
good
Saturday
event.
morning. Early, it'll be not so hot, but we just hope everybody will. The idea is that we initially stock the library, and I'm the steward of the library with the Lions Club, so I will go and check it every week. But our hope is that the community uses it, and
Yeah.
it really takes off on its own. We've got one on High Street. There's a couple on the avenues. There's one over at Parkview Gardens. That you said there's one at Worsham Grocery.
That's right,
I've
there
seen
is,
that
yeah.
one. So anyway, they're all around. So start looking for them.
All right. Well, that's super, super exciting. And you were telling me you kind of had some personal experiences with your daughter going to these libraries, and it's just a great way to discover new books and
Right.
also kind of wean off your old collection of books that
Exactly.
just laying around. You've already read them, and maybe you want to give them to somebody else. This is a great way to do that.
Great recycling project.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we are very excited for this library and this event as well. It's going to be great. Is there anything else you wanted to bring up about the overall project? I mean, the Lions Club obviously is kind of heading this up a bit. So
Right. I hope to see other ones. I hope this is just our first one, because
Yeah.
reading is so important, and it's such a great initiative for the Lions to take over, and, children and education. So maybe this is just the first one.
the first one out of many. Yeah. No, I mean, for sure. I think that would be great. It would be cool to see one of these. I don't know if this is even possible, but on the High Bridge Trail would be a cool location.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's possible, and it might have to.
Yeah, might have to pull some strings
You should
there.
pull some strings, exactly.
With Daniel Jordan.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be a good spot, though.
Yeah.
Maybe over by the herb garden.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
Yeah.
anywhere where there's going to be kids and
Yeah, and
families.
you just register it. If you decide to do one, you can build your own box. You can even order a box off of Amazon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, or you can go right to littlefreelibrary.org and order a box. But you register it, and then you have the app on your phone. So wherever you are,
it shows you where
it shows you where the little libraries are.
That is really cool.
I can tell you're going to put this app on your phone.
Yeah,
today.
for sure. Yeah, like right now, actually.
I know.
No, during the commercial break. No, this is very exciting. Yeah, I mean, they're just a great resource, and a great kind of recycling way, to get new books and maybe shed some of your own collection. So, very exciting to see another one coming to Farmville.
Yeah.
And I think I was telling you a little bit, like I was at Worsham Grocery, filling up my gas, and maybe got a bottle of water, and I was stepping out, and I noticed there was just one hanging.
Once you start seeing them, you
next to
can't
the building.
stop.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have some books. We have the Prince Edward County School reading list from kindergarten through 12th grade, and so we're trying to get some books there to put in the library so people could work on their reading list this summer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very cool. All right. And then, so you are going to be kind of stocking it up if it ever runs dry a little bit. Like, obviously, the whole point of the free little library is it's kind of self-sustaining.
Right.
But sometimes, it just happens.
Keep it fresh.
Exactly. You got to keep it fresh, new stock.
Yeah. My van is completely filled with books. I cannot even get another person in the van. It completely stocked with the first round of books.
Okay, wow. Let me ask you, so the grand opening for this free little library, are you going to be giving away books from the, your boxes, or
Yes,
are you going to put
yes.
them in the library?
I'm going to have a whole bunch of books to give away
Okay,
that
great,
day.
great.
And also some other prizes and things. So I hope everybody will come out and just have a fun little morning, book fest.
Yeah, and it's going to be from 9 to 10, hosted by the Farmville Lions Club, and this is going to be July 19th from 9 to 10 at the Lions Club Park.
Right past the library.
Very, very cool. That's a nice area. I enjoy running by the the lake.
Yes.
It's a very
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kerry, for this wonderful information. We really do appreciate it, and it is a nice thing to see another one of these free libraries
Keep
coming
it on
into
your
town.
community calendar.
We will, indeed, absolutely. We'll go ahead and share this around
Right.
for
Thank
people.
you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.
Thank you.
And
See you
enjoy
later.
your hat too.
Thanks. I
Yeah,
love
of
my hat.
course. All right, that was Kerry Mossler with the Farmville Lions Club talking about the free little library coming to town. And once again, the grand opening will be July 19th from 9 to 10 at the Farmville Lions Club Park at Wilkes Lake. So if you're interested in that, that would be a good time to come on by and take a look at, see what they're doing. They're going to have a lot of different books and very cool things happening there. So I'm waiting for John Staten to come by. I think he's in production. Should be able to hear me okay, but maybe he's on his, maybe he's editing, or maybe he's looking grumpy. No, he's looking grumpy. That's what it was. All right. And John, welcome to, hold up.
Welcome to what? Yes. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
All right.
5,
Okay.
4.
There's no audience applause in the system.
No.
I was waiting for a real good, like clapping sound effect, but I guess we have no sound effect like that. All right, John, how you doing today, sir?
You can make those sound effects yourself.
All right, John. Well, thanks for stopping in right now. We appreciate stopping in, and he's gonna be stomping in. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming by, John. How are you? Hold on. I got this. All right, guys. Welcome John Staten to the show.
That's not an applause. Good. These headphones are great.
Yeah. Well, thank you, John. Those are.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, you don't like those headphones?
I don't hear much.
Can you hear anything?
I a little bit. Yes.
All right. Well, John.
It's just because I'm deaf.
I'm glad you were able to come by today, and you're here to talk about. What are you here to talk about? I don't have the paper. I don't have the memo, John. You have the. John.
I'm
Hello?
sorry.
Memo. Don't forget the phone lines are open at this current time. In place, 434-394-0924 is the number to call in to the Call Flo Radio Show. John Staten is in the house as well as me, Noah Massarge. We're here. We're having coffee. I think the intern's not here, but I think he told me he was gonna be late. He did tell me that he one day this week he had to do something in town. So we're internless. We don't have the intern today, right now, at this time. John, how do you feel about Sean missing, the intern missing?
Why is he missing?
I think he's doing errands in town. He told me last week or this week he was like,
so
"Hey,
you knew he wasn't going to be here.
Exactly."
Okay.
He mentioned that he had a couple of things to do. And hey, look, the phone lines are lighting up. We got a caller, so we're going to catch him. We're going to reel him in. Caller, you're on the air.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, my goodness. Henry, how are you doing today, sir?
Doing very well, I hope. Unless you're going to tell me otherwise.
No, I mean, I trust your judgment.
You know, I'd had this happen once before. I called with... Sometimes I can just make the straight call to this number, and it goes through. And sometimes from the same area, I have to use the 434 number, ahead of time. And I think I figured out why this morning, because I remember a couple of weeks ago I dialed, and I kept dialing, and every time I'd get this Mexican music. They was playing Mexican music on the guitar. And again this morning, I kept getting that when I just dialed 3940924. That's what I got.
You got Mexican music?
Yeah, so that's when I dialed that number, but when I put the 434 area code in and dialed it, it came through.
Oh.
Kind of strange, but anyway.
It is very odd. I might have to try this experiment at home.
Yeah. I heard about a guy that used hair tonic on his pet rabbit.
Mm.
Yeah, whenever he combed his hair. See, whenever he combed his rabbit.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I was afraid you would. Like the cow that had 12-inch horns. And that's why she had such a large butt with those large horns.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now, I have a question for you. I may have asked you this before. What color is orange juice?
Go ahead, Noah.
John, I insist you.
It looks more yellow than it does orange, doesn't it?
Well, I don't have a clue
Okay.
what the color of orange juice is.
Orange.
But anyway, I do know one
Orange
thing.
is smart.
Whoa.
Okay.
I do know one thing.
What's that?
Cold coffee isn't so hot.
Cold.
And then,
Noah would agree.
beg pardon?
I said Noah would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm sure. He thought the word peanut was two words. Yeah. He is cooking bread and he burned his buns.
No. Hot cross buns.
Yeah. And it was a guy who was so tall, he could hang around the house. But he was tall, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he would walk to work, and he'd have to stop and rest on the way. But several times he made it completely off the porch. I was...
What?
You've heard of leftover biscuits?
Mm-hmm.
There were none, and so that's why the husband left.
Ooh.
Yeah, there were no leftover biscuits.
No leftover.
He's the same guy that kept his horses in the pasture because they were all unstable.
Mm.
Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. I have some notes that I wanted to pass along. about something, someone. I've never mentioned this before, and I will not mention any names, but there was a person, a man in Farmville, and he was a friend. I mean, it was a business arrangement. He worked for a company that advertised with us. But anyway, and I hesitate to ever share this, but he came down with cancer. He had cancer surgery, and I went to see him. And at the time I saw him, I asked him if I could pray for him, and he said no. He said, doctors say they got it all. When he said that, I just felt sick inside.
Yeah.
And I left. And about 3 months later, he died of cancer. But I've never forgotten that. I've prayed for a lot of people.
Right.
Including myself. But that's the only person in my life that's ever said, no, don't pray for me.
Yeah.
I hope it didn't mean what it sounded like. I hope what he was trying to say was, I'm confident that they got it all, but nevertheless, I mean, I'll take prayer anytime.
Well, I'll take both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. But anyway, any of you have a prayer need, we'd like to pray for you. Talk to you about it. Just pass the time again. I had Charles Frazier call me yesterday. He was of the Virginia Ramblers, the bluegrass band. The late Alvin Breeden and him had the band for, I believe it was 38 years they had a band. And we talked to him he called and we talked for over an hour. Charles Frazier from up at Earlysville, Virginia, in that area. But so if you'd like to call and just chat, I'd welcome it. My number is 414-0096. So if you'd like to give me a call, I'm by the phone with a cup of coffee.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Henry. Appreciate you calling in and sharing some stories with us. That's very nice.
Well, I hope to chat with you tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
Believe me, I'll take prayer from any and everybody.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you soon,
God bless.
Henry. Yep. Bye-bye.
Bless you, Henry.
All right. That was Henry Fulcher, John.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence.
Your favorite president of all time.
There you go. All right. So, John, how was your today? This morning?
Say,
how was waking up this morning, John?
Stuff.
All right. We already talked about the weekend. That's fine. But how was the drive here this morning? You got to drive 20 minutes, 25.
Yeah, but
30?
roughly a half hour it takes.
Wow.
Roughly.
So you get to do a lot of thinking when you're driving here.
A lot
right?
of thinking
about
yes.
like
a
your
lot
life.
Of thinking about why is this person pulling out in front of me and then going so slow.
Does that happen?
Quite often.
But what time do you?
It's like they're in a hurry to get out in front, but then not so much in a hurry after.
You would
that.
think like morning drivers would be the quicker type, the fast, pedal to the metal.
Not usually.
Not usually. Interesting. No. Yeah. At least I am.
Well, yeah. I mean, you like to drive real fast.
I mean, not real fast,
Burt Reynolds and you.
Yes, indeed. Well, John, I do want to bring up again, Kerry Mossler did stop by this morning talking about the Little Free Library. Are you familiar with the Little Free Library project?
No, so tell me about it.
All right, well, basically there's these libraries kind of everywhere, in different cities and towns, but it's a little like a little house almost, and you open it up and there's books, I've seen some with like food in there, so just kind of like it's kind of an exchange box. You can exchange, you can like take a book and also leave a book, or leave several books, or take several books. It's kind of this nice community resource, I would say. It's very cool. But anyways, they're going to be opening up a new one. Get this, on the Farmville Lions Club Park next to Wilck's Lake. So that's going to be very cool. Yeah.
What's the worst date you've ever been on?
The worst date I have ever been on? Okay, I'll tell you. No, I have one here. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so I had this friend. I can't use her name because she still lives in Farmville. And
the names have been changed.
It starts with A. It ends with A. It starts.
Amanda?
No. I'm not gonna. No. Look, this is what happened.
Alexa?
So look. Anyways, this lady, totally, kind of nuts. But I didn't know that. Like, okay, hear me out. We were hanging out
Anastasia?
a little bit. No. We're hanging out, right? Yeah. And I knew her from a church I was going to. All right.
Okay.
And one day, I was only friends with her. I only really said hi to her when, we were like out hanging out together or in the same space. We were friendly.
Apollonia.
We were friendly, but we weren't like serious. Okay. Anyways, she invited me out. She was like, hey, it's me and a bunch of friends are going to be going into town, and we're going to be like hanging out. We're going to go walk a little bit. Do you want to join us? And I was like, you know what? That sounds great. John, I show up and it's a double date. I'm not even kidding. And she was like, on the phone, she was like, yeah, it's a bunch of friends. And then when I showed up and I realized it was a double date, I was like, where are all the people? And she was like, none of them can make it. And so it was literally me, her, and another couple just walking around aimlessly in the town of Farmville. And it was like a whole nightmare. It was so bad. And I actually left early. I was like, hey, I gotta pay my taxes. Again, I haven't talked to this lady very much after, and this was like 3 years ago. But yeah, that was probably the worst date I ever been on. Was like one that I didn't even realize until I showed up. It was pretty bad. It was pretty awful. But I hope she's doing well. I think she got married, weirdly enough. So,
so it wasn't her.
No, it definitely wasn't her. Yeah, okay. I think she had the syndrome of like needing to get married. These like crazy. I don't want to say crazy. If you want to get married. But like, there's like a certain strain of people. I think you know what I'm talking about. That need to get married immediately after they become 18. Do you know what I mean, John? Do you really?
Yes, I'm quite aware.
And they like latch on to people like parasites. I'm really doing a horrible job explaining.
It's the Borg.
They have reasons, I'm sure, to get married and why they want to get married. But like that was this lady.
Usually.
I'll also say this. I don't even know if I can bring this up on air because like this is pretty.
Maybe you shouldn't.
This is pretty sensitive stuff. But she did buy me protection as well. And again, we were not dating. We were friends. She bought me. Yes.
A raincoat. Oh, that's good.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, John.
Right, so.
She bought me a raincoat. All right. And with that said, we do have to get to the bottom of the hour stuff.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Starting off, we have, John, your favorite, the weather.
Yes.
In this edition of it's 8:29. I'll wait till it says 8:30. We got 15 seconds. We can kill 15 seconds.
What restaurant do you wish would move into town?
Let me ask you this. Why did you ask about my worst date experience?
Just first
You're
thing
just
that popped
curious?
in my head. Yeah, just
Yeah,
curious.
interesting. All right. Well, it is now 8:30, so we can get into the bottom of the hour. This edition of The Weather brought to you by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading, located at 2113 Cumberland Road in Farmville.
Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading has been helping to build Southside and Central Virginia since 1960, providing all excavation, general contracting, and hauling needs. 5 miles north of Farmville, 2113 Cumberland Road, at the intersection of 45 and Range Tavern Road. Call 392-6010 or stop by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading.
And now time for your weather forecast for Farmville, Virginia, and it looks like this. Today, a chance of showers and possible thunderstorms after 2 p.m., increasing clouds with a high around 91, with heat index values as high as 101 tonight. Showers and thunderstorms before 11 p.m., and then a chance of showers and possible thunderstorms mainly after 11 p.m. with a low around 70, southwest winds around 3 to 8 miles an hour, and chance of precipitation is at 80%. Wednesday, showers likely and possible thunderstorms before 2 p.m., and then a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high around 82, and last but not least, Wednesday night, a chance of showers before 8 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 67 in Farmville. Currently, right now in Farmville, your temperature outside, it is 80 degrees out right now, humidity is at 81%, wind speed 9 miles an hour, and precipitation at 0% in downtown Farmville. That's going to wrap it up for the weather forecast. Once again, this edition of The Weather brought to you by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading, located at 2113 Cumberland Road in Farmville. Give them a call today at 434-392-6010. And now time for the birthday calendar. And your birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors, located at 1907 East 3rd Street in Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
And now time for the birthday calendar. John Staten, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Okay. Is this on?
All right. It's pretty loud. But,
no, not
right.
loud enough. But
not
anyway.
loud. Can you hear me? Okay.
No,
All right.
but it's all right. All right, so celebrating today, 1st of July. The summer is quickly fading away. And we're about, just over halfway through the year.
Can't
already.
wait for it to be over.
Jesse Roberts having a birthday today. Jesse Roberts, Ashton Knight, Tracy Hammonds Dunn, and we do have an anniversary couple today. George and Renee Booker having an anniversary today, so I'll do those again. Jesse Roberts, Ashton Knight, Tracy Hammonds Dunn, and our anniversary couple, George and Renee Booker.
Wowee. Well, give a round of applause for those people.
We have no other notes, so I assume this is it.
Yeah, no, that should be it. All right.
Okay.
Well, John, how can they get the birthdays to us if they're interested in?
They can get them to us by going to birthdays at WFLO.net. You can even send your anniversaries to birthdays at WFLO.net. And if you don't want to do that, then you can drop them off at the door, or you can give us a call at 434-394-0924.
Truly, truly incredible stuff right there. All right. The birthday calendar, once again, was brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it's not right, they will make it right. Call 434-392-2802. John, we have some special...
I'd rather have this official mic.
All right. Well, I was going to say we have some special guests from the town of Farmville, actually, in today, and they're going to be talking about the fireworks after dark event.
What's that mean?
All right, John. Okay.
When is that going to happen?
That's going to happen.
This mic sounds 10 times better.
It does sound a lot better. I will give you that. That's going to happen.
Why you stick me with a suck mic?
Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick commercial break, if that's all right. Okay. Is that all right? Okay. So John's changing around the microphones real fast. I'm not exactly sure what's happening today, but we're gonna go ahead and take that quick commercial break, and when we're back, we'll be with the town of Farmville people. I think Brian Vincent and another person, Mark Simon. Nope. We'll find out. We'll find out after the break.
Take your community station with you wherever you go. Listen to the WFLO AM stream through the free TuneIn app or directly from our WFLO.net website on your phone or tablet. Keep up with all the local information and the great music that makes Flow like no other station around. And when you're at home, you can listen to the stream on your desktop or through your favorite home speaker device. WFLO, we're with you everywhere you go.
This is a public service announcement test from TakeMeFishing.org to determine if you need a fishing license and boat registration before heading out on the water. Let's begin. Are you a bear? Do you have a beak?
Does your name rhyme with Ald Beagle? Do you dart in front of cars? Here's a tough one. Do you have plumage? Do you rub your body against things to mark them? Do you have webbed feet? No, I mean like a... Were you hatched? Do you have fur? I'm not talking back hair. Does your boat fly south for the winter with the other boats? Regardless of how you answered, you need to be licensed and registered because it helps local conservation efforts protect the very natural resources you enjoy boating and fishing in for generations to come. Do your part at takemefishing.org.
All right, and we're back from that short commercial break, and we do have Brian Vincent. And I'm so sorry, what is your name again?
Scott Davis.
Scott Davis. I said Mark something? Mark Simon. I was way off. Well, thank you.
I know that guy. That's not this guy.
Okay, yes.
Scott Davis, town manager, town farm.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in a lot, and you guys are going to be here talking about the great event coming into Farmville, July 3rd, I believe, the Fireworks After Dark.
Yes, July 3rd. The event is from 6 to 10 on Main Street in downtown Farmville.
All right, very cool.
There'll be food vendors, children's area, and of course fireworks.
Very
The show
cool.
was about 18 minutes long. Probably happened between 9:15, 9:30. We've got two bands: the Dan Shoot Band, Mother's Little Helpers Band, and at the children's play area or children's area, there'll be the Virginia Army National Guard that'll have a blow up that they can play in. The YMCA is going to be there helping out. There'll be some glow sticks to give out for kids. As I said, 14 food vendors, so a plethora of
Different
a variety of food. So yeah.
Well, that is very exciting. Yeah, 14 different food vendors, and I guess you have some local, and then some maybe not super local. Maybe like a couple of Richmond vendors as well.
Even I think as far as from Lynchburg as well. So.
Wow, exciting! I
went. Generally, try not to like overlap with local businesses that are on Main Street.
That makes sense. I think it was at the first Friday there was a Greek food truck, and love Greek food, and so got a bite of some sort of dish with white sauce. All their food is just white sauce, and anyways, it was delicious and great. So very excited for this event. Do you guys have an expected amount of people arriving or attendance?
I don't know what our average is, but downtown fills up. We block off the streets. There's usually about a 90-foot blast radius around Town Hall that we clear out. But yeah, the streets fill up. There's usually folks at Crute Stage for the band there. There's folks over at North Street for the band there.
Sure.
And then when the fireworks get ready to get lit off, everybody starts to congregate in front of Town Hall and around that area.
Very exciting.
So it is exciting. Folks often, I've seen some jokes, why is it called Fireworks After Dark? Aren't all fireworks after dark? Which is true. But the number one question is, when are fireworks going to start? After dark.
There you go. Wow. Let me ask you again, what streets will be blocked off, just so people have a heads up, they're aware of the changes?
Sure. We'll be starting to close off the following streets around 3 p.m., and they'll be closed until 10 p.m. It'll be North Main to Putney Street.
Okay.
4th Street, North Street from West 3rd, Venable from High, and High Street to Randolph Street.
Okay, all right. And is there anything people need to know? Should they bring their own chairs, or are dogs allowed, pets allowed?
No pets, no coolers or tents are allowed. However, yes, bring your own chairs for seating and blankets if you want.
Sure. What about a sleeping bag? What if you want to lay down on the sidewalk and...
I don't see any reason why not.
All right, okay. Well,
might be a little warm.
Might be a little too warm. It is July. That's right, but okay. Okay, well, that's very, very exciting. Once again, I went there last year. Super fun, great show. I love the new location. It's probably not new now, but like on top of the town hall building, shooting the fireworks off. Excellent choice. So
this is the 4th year downtown.
Exciting.
It's been a great transition.
Yeah.
Just bringing everybody downtown together.
Sure.
July 4th is a celebration of what this country's about, its independence, and the principles we endeavor to embody. And it gives us a great opportunity to bring everybody downtown, celebrate together, bring the community together, and have a good time. So
Great points.
And speaking of community, we would like to thank sponsors, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our fireworks and band sponsors are United Rentals, Colony Construction, and Creative Electric Contractors. And then our event sponsors are Farmville Downtown Partnership, the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, Karen's Bridal, Citizens Bank and Trust, Luck Stone, Parker Oil and Propane, Benchmark Community Bank, WFLO, W.A. Watson and Sons, Taylor Forbes Equipment, The Fish and Pig, Bug Busters, WVHL, the Farmville Herald, Jersey Mike's, 3rd Street Wrecker, and the North Street Press Club.
Okay, wow. Very great list of sponsors for this event, and very, very excited for July 3rd. Once again, I think you did mention it, but there's going to be a kids area for, like, maybe if it's, like, a little too loud. Do you guys want to talk about that a little bit? Where's that going to be located in the general scheme of things?
It'll actually be on the concrete area in front of the courthouse.
Okay. Copy that. All right, well, I think we've covered it all, so I appreciate it. Scott, once again, thank you so much, and Brian, appreciate you guys stopping by, telling us about this event, and we look forward to seeing it. It's July 3rd, come out. And when does it start again?
Starts at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. All right, so bring your chairs and come on out.
yeah, become festive. Get dressed up in your red, white, and blue.
Sure.
Look forward to seeing you.
All right.
Noah.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be there. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys coming in, and have a good day. All right.
You too.
So that's, once again, is going to be July 3rd, beginning at 6 p.m., and that's going to be in downtown Farmville. You have to bring you should bring your own chairs if you want to sit down, but it's going to be a great event, and fireworks kicking off somewhere around 9:15 to 9:30, so it's going to be an exciting day, but do be aware of the street closings. If you need to get around Farmville, you might have to change your normal route up a bit to something a little bit more. And John is looking around to see if there's any more people coming in. To be honest, John, of course you are, John. You're a star guest.
Surprise
John.
guest?
You are a star,
special
sir.
guest.
All right, okay, all right. We're getting carried away here, John.
No, we're not. I'm just. This is Trip the Band or Trip John Day or something.
This is John's theme song.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dun 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 dun.
Explains a lot around here, anyway. Great move,
This is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world.
I need some breakfast.
And it could blow your head clean off.
Eggs and bacon.
Do you feel lucky?
Yes.
Welcome, John Staten, to the show.
Hey. All right, so you took off the official WFLO
Mike flag.
Is that what these things are called?
They're called Mike flags.
It doesn't look like a flag.
Well, the thing is, what is a flag? It shows a logo or a symbol, and that basically
I'm waving the surrender flag right now.
All right, I could tell, John. So we didn't really get to talk a whole lot, man. But we had this show has been, I gotta say, it's been lively. In my personal opinion, the phone lines are wide open if you want to give us a call. 434-394-0924. This has been a great show, John. Ren?
Really big show.
Yeah. So let me ask you, are you going to be at the Fireworks After Dark on July 3rd, beginning at 6 p.m., ending somewhere around 9:30 or 10 o'clock somewhere? Maybe 11, I'm not exactly sure, but when it ends. But fireworks will begin around 9.
Okay.
Are you going to be there, John? Are you going to be waving the flag? Are you going to be patriotic? Will you...
I'll wave flag, but I don't know if I'll be waving that flag.
All right. So, are you coming out? Or are you not coming out? Okay.
I'll be there in spirit.
Where are you going to be on 4th of July then, John?
I don't know.
You have no
any
idea?
given moment, I have no idea where I'll be.
Do you know where you're at right now?
I'm in Brazil. I'm in Paris. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in Tokyo. Worldwide, baby. Good sound effects.
All right, yeah, great sound effects.
I was currently
Only
on
the
the
best.
tail end of that one.
All right, so John, you're not sure where you're going to be going, but you're going to be somewhere, right?
I'll be somewhere.
Celebrating 4th of July, the great holiday, celebrating independence and, this beautiful country. So there you go.
Beautiful country.
Beautiful country. All right. So, John, you asked me earlier about my worst date experience, and I told you. I didn't even realize it was a date at first. Now I kind of want to ask you, what was your worst date experience? Have you had one that was so bad that you now have a category of worst date?
No.
You never had one that bad?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Nothing? Like, even when you were in high school, though, when you were in high school and there was a lady, who was like a terrible date.
Well, I wasn't dating ladies in high school.
No. Who were you dating?
People my age. They weren't quite ladies yet.
Sure.
No.
So
everything was kosher.
Finish it! No,
That's
trying
what.
to finish it. Finish
You need to play that at the end of the show.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
And there's one that says, start. We need, at the beginning of the show.
I you know what? I sometimes forget what the Call Flo Show is all about, but I think Paul Barlow is going to tell us.
I don't know what it's about.
It's a show about nothing.
He knows.
The Call Flo Show.
The fact that he says it again, like he's like, it's a show about nothing. The Call Flo Show. That's something so funny about the way he said that.
It's all about placement.
Yes, it is. It really is. All right, John. So you don't know what you're going to be doing 4th of July.
No.
You have not had a bad date in your life.
No.
Are you sure you're not just not wanting to talk about it? Because, trust me, I will. I mean, I am interested. I'm not trying to rag on you. I'm just very curious about.
Ragdoll.
So, what's the worst date? If you haven't had a terrible one, what's the worst one? What is the worst one
This is
look
the
like?
kind of question we should field to our callers.
Okay.
That's more interesting than me sitting here going, my worst date was when I took her to
This is kind of funny, though.
the Golden Skillet.
What's the golden what?
The Golden Skillet.
Can you say that again?
Golden Skillet.
I can't hear you.
Golden Skillet.
Okay.
You should be able to hear me because this is the way better mic that's positioned way the heck over here. Yeah, we don't want the second person on there to sound halfway right. So we give the great mic to somebody way over here. That makes perfect sense.
All right, John, are you done ragging on me as a person?
Because I always had this mic right. I'm not ragging on you. I'm just saying that the position of the mic should be here.
John poses a very interesting question. Yes, we do want to hear from our callers. What was your worst date experience? Did the person even show up? Call in 434-394-0924. We're here to console you.
What would that rock band's name be?
If
in my
you were
case,
in a-
Felonious Assault. And you're just...
And we're going to have the happiest Christmas since King
plays a Christmas drop.
Yeah.
Noah, the blind DJ that just picks drops at random.
You know what, John?
Has nothing to do with what we're
I'll be honest
talking
with
about.
you. There's a thing called Christmas in July that I celebrate.
Is there?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Okay. The whole point of Christmas in July is celebrating the great holiday in July. I don't know. I mean, John, look, the fact that if it says Christmas drop doesn't matter. Oh, hey, we got a phone call.
Santa's on the phone.
Somebody's saving this show. Okay, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I thought you were going to tell the story about last year when you took Katie to that local fair and y'all walked around and smelled porta-johns the whole day.
That was pretty bad. I think that was the Richmond Folk Festival.
Smelt?
The Richmond.
That's your pastime to go to the fair and go around smelling the porta-johns? Not you, sir. I'm asking Noah.
No, John, it's not. But this one happened to be a little bit bad. They did not figure out the porta-john situation. I'll put it that way. All right, it was not figured out. They did not figure it out. They didn't even calculate.
Didn't know it was a maze.
The smell into the whole. I mean, the whole thing smelled like garbage. For the most part, but I mean, honestly, it was a really nice time with Katie. That's why
it was a real nice time.
That's why it wasn't the worst.
Come on, let's smell the porta-johns.
Well, I mean, it didn't always smell. I mean, for a good part, it did. But we got to a nice patch of grass, and it was really nice. And then also we got to there's a record store in Richmond, Plan 9. They had their own booth, and we got to peruse around the booth a little bit. It was very fun. It was very, very cool time. But for a chunk of it...
Did you like it, even though it smelled like that?
You know, I mean, we both agree that the experience... We both agree that the experience was kind of rough at first with the smell and the porta-johns and the, tons of people, and it was super hot. And we do agree that was a little rough at first. But overall, we did enjoy ourselves because we found joy in the terrible situation we were in. So,
Y'all are so funny this morning.
Oh, really?
I mean, y'all are funny every day. But
Oh, thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Checks in the mail. So what have you been up to, sir?
Have you had a worse date?
Well, no, I have not, honestly. I'm lucky about
See,
that.
another person. It's just you, Noah. So what have you been up
he's
to?
Not the only one. Not much. I was watching the $100,000 pyramid game show last.
Now, were you watching an old one or one of those new versions of it?
The new one.
Give me Dick Clark anytime.
Now it's Michael Strahan.
Not much of a fan.
Did you hear there's a new match game coming out?
Well, yeah, but I thought they already did that. Like Alec Baldwin was hosting it, or is that considered old?
Not
already?
anymore.
Oh, not anymore, eh?
It's now going to be Martin Short.
Martin Short. Interesting.
Do you know who that is?
Oh yeah, one of the three amigos. Yeah, I know who Martin Short is.
Do you like him?
I like him better than Michael Strahan. Never.
You don't like Michael Strahan?
Not really. Well, I didn't like him as a football player either. So.
Yeah, you like the Washington Commanders.
No, I didn't. He played for the Giants, and I didn't like them either. No, that was back when I was a Cowboys fan, and they were all in the same division, NFC East. Though I don't know how Dallas got into the NFC East, but anyway, they should have been in the Central, I guess. But whatever.
So, who do you like better, UVA or Virginia Tech?
Don't really, since I'm not a college guy, I don't really follow college sports. But I guess if I had a gun to my head, I'd say Tech. But it really does. I have no ties to either one. How about you? Which one do you prefer?
WFLO broadcast Virginia Tech?
No, they broadcasted UVA.
I'd pick Ohio State.
Well, I meant like between Virginia Tech and UVA, who would you pick?
Oh, UVA.
Okay, interesting. Noah, do you want to be a part of this conversation?
I don't really have anything to add, John. If I did, I would call. I would say something.
Or subtract something, I
Yeah.
would. But since I don't, I won't.
I don't want
I'm
to do
a poet
it.
and didn't know it.
Whoa.
Wow, wowza.
Holy cow.
But anyway.
All right.
John, do the Taylor sounder.
Nope.
Sorry, that's about the best I can do.
What was that, John?
I'm not at the controls. So
You're not at the controls. Thank goodness.
But, yeah, because the show's way better when I'm not.
No, because you would be playing that sound effect. Boom, boom. John, look, I'll be honest. I go back on past shows and see how many times you played the sound effect. I mean, you've done it upwards to 20 times, back
Is that
to back
all?
to back.
I mean, that many?
Yeah, I mean, that's insanity, sir. That's,
Well, let's ask Mr. Potato here. What are you going
He's a
to do
biased
for
party.
July 4th?
Oh, sorry.
What?
I thought you were going to talk about the Taylor sound effect and whether he likes
I'm trying
it.
to liven up the show.
All right.
Oh, I love the Taylor sound effect.
See?
Yeah.
I knew that. Do you have any plans for July 4th?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yet. That could change.
But yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Well, whatever you do, hope you have a good time. Enjoy yourself.
Hey, have you ever thought about, you were talking about what you did this past weekend yesterday. You ever thought about having your dad on Call Flo and letting him talk about his radio stories?
Sure. Getting him here out this early might be a problem. But that's the only thing. I guess I could take Noah's recording device and maybe record him or something like that. But yeah.
Or have him call in too. It's a couple of different ways of doing it.
Try that, I guess.
He said he used to call the morning show on WRBQ.
He would call them. He would call different stations, and they'd put him on air and have him tell jokes and or stories or do something. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah,
Really?
I'll pass that along and see what he thinks of that.
It would be interesting.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, I'll see if he's interested in anything like that. He's been here before.
He might have met Steve Mr. Beach Leonard before.
Probably. There's a possibility he knew him. I don't remember right offhand. But
Did you know him?
I met him a couple of times, yes, when he was working at Flo. But that was about
Ron is
it.
definitely more laid back than he used to be.
Who is?
Ron.
Oh, yeah. But, well, everybody has their own attitudes on air. Some are a little more hyped up, and some are a little more laid back.
Were you more hyped up than Francis Wood was when he hosted Call Flo?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, but Francis was way more of a professional at doing Call Flo than I will ever be, because I don't know if I ever said this to him, but I would say it to people like Broshan. I was like, do not put me on Call Flo, because I don't want to take things seriously. I'd rather joke around and have fun, and I mean, and that's what I'm saying, and that is the people that are serious and professional. Those are the people that should be doing a show like Call Flo. Yeah, I never was jumping at the chance to do it, or anything like that. And I mean, I can pretend, I can do the droll thing and be like, but informative and all that. But that's not my nature.
Well, I think you do a fine job at it. You balance both worlds, John.
I try.
Yeah, you do a good job at this.
Well, thank you. Yay! Yeah, the kids are out of school. They're happy as a lark.
I speak when it's my turn to speak.
Who was that?
That was Ernest T. Bass, but it's Noah hitting it. I'm not at the controls. I'm off in the Noah seat.
Yeah, you're in the Noah seat.
The Noah. I bet you didn't Noah.
Bet you didn't Noah.
I still think that's a great name for your program.
I still like Massage with Massage, his jazz show.
Noah's got a jazz show that I'm not aware of? I mean, that makes sense because I don't know much else that's going on. So, yeah. Okay. When is the Noah jazz show?
It's actually where the Friday party is.
Oh, is it? Cool. That wouldn't surprise me.
I'm kidding.
No, you're
That's
not.
so funny. Okay.
I'll try to squeeze myself somewhere. Maybe they can put me on Sunday afternoons or something like that.
And away we go.
You know.
The Sunday party? What?
No, just Sunday afternoons.
The Sunday party? That's no party.
Yeah, no, I'll just sit there and go, it's Sunday afternoon. Take a nap and listen to this.
Or you could be like, Friday morning. You could be like, you can say that.
Yeah.
You know?
Noah's navigating through the sound system here. The sound
What are you
effects.
talking about? John would start a show with a little...
It's amazing how you did that.
Thanks, John.
Cool. I like that.
Do you like that?
Yeah. Now play one that has some relevance.
Relevance? Here you go.
Holy Christmas. Playing the Christmas drops in July.
It is Christmas in July, John. So.
Only to those who
are in the know. Yeah. So, anything else you want to mention, caller, before we toodaloo out of here?
Toodaloo. Well, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks
You
for
take care. Have a good
thanks for chatting with us too, man. We
Nice
appreciate
little
that.
chat.
Really, really cool chat. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Coffee Chat.
Well, John,
Where we
hey,
chit-chat.
we don't talk about coffee chat. That's an actual show, you know. Come on, hey, we got standards, John. We can't bring up coffee chat. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, that's gonna wrap it up for the show today. I
Coffee
hope
chat.
you've enjoyed
Java Chet.
All right, we do have the news and weather coming right up,
Mocha
and then
Chet.
I'll be up from 9 to 11 playing some tunes for you. So
Frappe Chet.
have a great one.